Now, this week has been flooded with a lot of market volatility, which can be sometimes good, but most of the time can be very, very dangerous. But notwithstanding, we'll be trading on our gold and NASDAQ, which is also known as our US100, and also on our US30 live now using price action only. You will also be seeing every single entry and exit point, and I'll be telling you exactly why we'll be storming into the trade and why we'll be exiting every single position. And to make this trading process even much more interesting, we'll be using a capital of just roughly over $100. And the leverage we'll be using today won't be unlimited leverage, because we'll be using a leverage of 1 to 2,000, and we'll be using a zero spread also. And the breakout we'll be using, I already dropped the link in the description box there, so you can simply just hit on the description box to actually just be part of this breakout also. But just before we go on, if you're new to this YouTube channel, just remember to hit on subscription button, hit on like button, and also remember to turn the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that'll be dropping out from this place. So that not to waste so much time, let's dive in now. All right, okay guys, so this is exactly what we're having currently, and we'll just be starting with our gold, right? We'll just check out our gold now. Our gold is actually having a really nice formation. So if we actually check it out now, first of all, we're trading this particular stuff on a 5 minutes because we just want to do some scalping, right? So that's just the aim of this stuff. The past few days, or the last few days, the market has been extremely volatile. Like I've not really seen a September market like this before. I'm in shock, right? I'm completely in shock. So because of that, we'll be as careful as possible and use the highest risk management as possible. Right now, look at this particular stuff. Now, what can we notice at this particular spot now? We notice that this particular stuff was actually playing around this region, right? Around this region. And then what do we notice? We notice that this particular stuff dropped down from this range, telling us that this particular region wants to drop down, right? It's that easy, right? If you've been following up with our videos, then you know this is just a very basic stuff, right? So we already know that this entire region wants to drop down, right? Good. And then what happens after that? A normal retest, right? Just normal, nothing unusual here, right? So it pushes back up to give a retest, and then it pushes towards this particular range. Now, this is not unusual also on gold, right? So if you're familiar with gold and US30, you notice that it tends to complete a retest. After that, it tries taking out more people, right? It's not unusual, right? It's also very normal. So it actually drops down, goes back to give a retest. It gives an extra at this particular spot to take out all the retailers around the market as a day. After that, it starts dropping down. Of course, we couldn't really catch this, right? Well, we couldn't really catch that, right? But then it's okay. Right now, after that, what do we notice happen? It pushed up again towards particular region, right? To give a second retest at about the spot. Now, this particular stuff happening now, it's actually a retest, but at the same time now, it's just a swing, right? On a 5 minutes time frame, right? Now, this particular stuff will just play around the spot, after which maybe just push up, or after which just drops down, right? But we are scalping, so we are not interested in the long term, right? We're interested in what we can see currently. And what can we see currently? We can already see that this particular stuff pushed up towards particular range, right? Which is actually a maximum level at about the spot, right? You can literally see it playing out about that region now, right? So what can we do now? We can easily just storm into this particular, right? And then what's our capital currently? Our capital is actually about 144. So that our stop loss now, where our stop loss can be now, can just be at about this region. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, let's just say at about this region, right? Because technically that's crossed that region. Let's just say at about this region, right? It's going up, that's good, because we're about to sell and it's going up, so that's good for us, right? So let's just say at about this region, or let's just be fair, at about this region. If the month of September has not been the way it was, like, I possibly would have used this region, but because the month of September has been looking really weird and the volatility is just not understandable, I'll be using this, right, instead, because it only makes sense, right? So guys, what can we do now? We can easily just storm into this particular trade now, right? Just be using, let's say, we'll just be using, let's say, 0.1 to just storm into this trade. Okay, 0.1. Okay, it's cool. I know we're trying to, but we're using a leverage of 1 to 2,000, so it's okay. Let's just use let's just go with let's say 0.3, right? 0.3. Okay, all right. Now I'm also trying not to risk a lot. Remember, so I'm looking at my free margin. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We're not trying to risk a lot, right? We're not trying to risk a lot. So that's okay for our free margin. Just approaching 90, 100. That's okay. So we'll just use that now to actually just check out exactly how this per cluster actually goes. So now we'll just watch out this per cluster trade, guys. We'll just be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, guys, so this is what we're having currently. Okay, so we're actually running over $400, but I want to add some trades towards this region, right? I want to add some trades. Now if we check it out, the reason is actually very simple. If we map this out, first of all, remember we're trying to scalp here, even though we've held this trade for a while. But if we check out this per cluster, we should notice a major breakout about this spot, right? So there were actually some fluctuations around this particular region, right? So and now we notice a major breakout at about this region. Of course, it should come back up to give a retest, but let's just go into the trade. Let's just go into the trade. It's okay. It's okay because this is actually 5 minutes time frame, so there's really nothing to lose. And then we're actually running over $500 currently at about the spot. I remember we're using a zero spread, so we're actually paying for commission also. And don't forget, we're actually using we are not using unlimited leverage today. If we're using unlimited leverage, we'll have far more profit than this. So we're using 1,000 to 2,000 today. So guys, let's actually just storm into this per trade. Let's just see if we can add 1 or 2 more trades. Just say okay, so let me just use 0.5 this time around. Let's just add 1, 2. Okay, so okay, how much free margin do we have now? I'm trying to be as careful as possible. You would have noticed that, right? Because guys, this month I don't understand what's happening yet. Possibly with balance, but the month is literally almost ending and it is not fully balanced yet. But I'm not trying to risk much. Let me just add 1 more, 2 more trades. Okay, I think that's okay. I think so. We're having a free margin of about roughly $250. It's okay. It's okay. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it like that. So we'll just watch now and we'll just see how this per cluster actually goes within the next few minutes now.
A few moments later.
All right, okay guys, so guys, this stuff is actually looking really smooth for real. Like this particular stuff is actually looking really smooth. Now the way this stuff is moving without even stressing us a lot, because we've waited for not so long, so far so good. We've waited just a few hours, right? It's usually the chart doesn't move like this, right? Like in this month at least, this particular stuff has not been as smooth as this month, but today is actually just so nice because it's just going really smoothly. Like it's just going really smoothly. So we're actually running over 3.5k currently, so we don't spend too much time. And if we check out this particular stuff, I should zoom up this particular trade now because we just hit a maximum level at about this spot now. So there's a tendency of retracement towards particular spot, so it balances with this level, and after this place it's now depends, might drop down and keep dropping, or might push up like this towards particular level again, right? So it's just better not to risk that, right? Because we are trying to scalp here, we're not trying to hold this trade forever, right? So I guess this is actually okay. 3.4, it was 3.5. Okay, it's okay. So we're running about 3.4 currently. Okay, new candlestick. Was a new candlestick? Okay, new candlestick wasn't created. I thought it was created, but we're actually running about 3.6 currently. It's actually just playing around that range now, 3.4, 3.6. So we can easily just zoom up this particular trade and maybe just check out for a NASDAQ or a US30 now. These actually a NASDAQ, also known as a US100, right? Now, if we check out this particular stuff, what can we notice now at this particular range, right? If I try mapping this particular stuff out, what do you notice? You notice that it's been playing around this spot, right? It hit this particular level and pushes up, hit this particular level, pushes up, now hit this particular level again, and what's it supposed to do to push up, right? But then this is actually the third level, right? And we know what happens on third levels, right? If you've been following all our videos here, you understand what happens on third levels, right? So the third touch usually can just act up and just start acting up and dropping down crazy like that. But then we are scalping in this 5 minutes time frame, so that might not fully be functional now, right? So what we're just going to do, first of all, we also notice at this particular spot that it hit the spot and there was a nice rejection, right? Now, so what I can do in this particular spot is this: I can wait for a confirmation candlestick, and after the confirmation candlestick I storm into the trade. But confirmation candlestick might form and it will be maybe at about the spot, right? And then now we would have lost some pips at that particular spot, or we can go into this particular trade now and then place a stop loss maybe just at about this level also, right? We can also do that. Right now, the thing, guys, is this: now there is an origin, which is this particular spot. So if it hits a stop loss, it will come straight to this level of origin at about the spot, right? And then we can still go into this particular trade, right? That's what we can still do. So it now all just depends. Now this particular stuff is actually still dropping down and is literally almost even hitting my stop loss level. You can see that, right? It's even almost hitting my stop loss level. So what we can do, guys, is this: we can easily just storm into this particular trade now, right? We can easily storm into this particular trade now, even if it hits a stop loss anyhow, because now we'll just maybe shift our stop loss just below a little bit more again, just a little bit below again, and we can easily just storm into this particular trade, right? That's what we can do. And then we already have a profit. We're already over $3,000 of profit, right? So we can sacrifice some profit here also if that's the case. But this is actually looking nice. If we catch this particular stuff now and it starts pushing up, that will actually be very smooth. But this is September, right? So anything can also happen. But even if it hits a stop loss, it's okay. We can easily just storm into this particular trade again when it hits the origin, right? Because there's no way it can cross the origin, right? Okay, so let's actually just storm into this particular trade now. Buys and on 0.1, right? On 0.1. Okay, 0.1 is too low for this, right? Let's use 0.5. Let's use 0.5. Okay, it's okay. Let's use 1 then. Let's use 1. All right. Okay. Now I'm trying not to leverage too much because we're already over $3,000, guys. There's really no need. There's really no need to over leverage or like use a lot of margin. But let's just use 2 also and just see. I'm doing this just in case, right? Just in case. Okay. So this is actually cool. This is actually cool, right? So we'll just we'll just watch out for this level now as a stop loss, of course. So our stop loss is better now because it actually dropped. So we'll just watch out for this level as a stop loss, just at about this region, right? Just below this particular region as a stop loss, and hopefully it doesn't, because the market, you can literally see it right before your eyes, right? The market is actually just acting really volatile, right? And so what we can do is if peradventure, right, because there is no confirmation candlestick, right? If peradventure it actually hits a stop loss, we can actually just hold on for it to hit this particular spot here, right? If it hits this particular level here, we can easily go into this particular trade again, right? So guys, we'll just watch out and actually see how this particular stuff actually goes.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so this is exactly what we're having currently, right? I actually just lagged. I should have maybe just leave this trade at about this spot, right? At about this spot here, maybe just at about the zone. But yeah, it actually dropped, right? That's why it's good to really place in the stop loss there, right? So I should have left this trade maybe at about the spot, but then it actually just dropped to a particular level. So what I'm just going to wait for, I'm going to wait this time for a major rejection, right? So technically this particular stop just hit a stop loss. So we'll just zoom out of this particular trade first before saying any other thing. Let's actually just leave this trade first. So we are down to like 2.9k currently. We are down to like 2.9k. So guys, it's actually okay. So what we just wait for now, we just wait for a major rejection to occur at about this spot, because this is the origin, right? So it will just continue from this range and just push back up. So what we just wait for now is we just wait for a confirmation candlestick for a rejection to be completed at about the spot. That's this candlestick to close as a rejection candlestick, right? And then we just storm in on the next candlestick that actually get formed, which should be formed maybe in like a minute or 2 or so, and then we can actually just continue.
A few moments later.
All right, okay guys, so this is exactly what we're having, right? So it actually just went as planned, right? So it further dropped, right? It dropped even further. You can actually see we left this trade at about this region, and then it dropped even further towards this particular spot, right? So it was good we left the trade, right? So now what would we notice now at about the spot? We just noticed that the rejection candlestick, there was actually a major rejection at this particular spot, and now this particular candlestick is actually just pushing up. So what can we do? Very simple. We just come towards particular spot spot, the middle of this candlestick, I'm placing a stop loss, right? For those that have been with us, they know this is not strange, right? So we just place a stop loss just at the middle of our rejection there, and we'll just be aiming for 12 per cloud region, first take profit, 12 per cloud region, second take profit. But this 5 minutes time frame, so anyhow the trade still won't be very long. So guys, we can easily just storm into this per cloud trade now, guys. So this time around, let's just go with let's just go with one lot sizes, because we are down to like 2.9. Let's just see one lot size there, and okay, it's cool. Let's just see. Okay, our free margins that. Okay, so let's just go with like, let's say 3 lot sizes. Let's see. Okay, all right, okay. All right, okay, so that's good. We're not using unlimited leverage, so the risk is not really a lot. So okay, let's just use maybe like 8,300. Okay, 8,300 of our free margin seems fair, seems okay. Yeah, that's okay. So that's what we'll just be using now. So we'll just watch out now for this particular stop. The volatility of the market has dropped a little bit, as you can see, right? But we'll just wait now, this 5 minutes time frame, so it should start pushing up again.
A few moments later.
Right, okay guys, so this is exactly what we're having currently. Okay, so this is actually looking very, very smooth. Now if we check out the stuff, what can you see now is happening at about the spot, right? We notice that of course it actually just pushed out of this range, right? And then it kept playing around this region. If you notice, I never left this trade. The reason is simple, is because this particular stop has actually went back to the origins, has actually hit the origin, so it has to create what they call a new high, right? That's what happens when origins are hit, right? It's just what happens, right? So it has to create a new high, right? Now after that, now the other way to actually track it out is I just simply come to this particular spot and then I just map it out like this. Now in mapping it out like this, I already know the maximum level that I to get to, right? So we just see it hit this particular level. There was a rejection. At first, yeah, it hit this level, rejection, hit this level, rejection, this level, rejection, and now what do you think is going to happen here again? A rejection, right? So what can we do now? We can easily just zoom out of this particular trade now, right? Right, so we actually have a US30 now, right? So we'll just be storming into trades on US30 now also, because the formation is actually looking very, very smooth currently, guys. Just looking very, very smooth. But just before we go on, let me just quickly introduce you to Market Marathon 150, where I'll be trading with multiple traders live. That will be taking 5 trades every single day that passes for the next 30 days, which is actually a total of 150 trades that will be taken within the period of that 30 days. And I'll also be streaming live. We'll be having live stream trading sessions just like what you're watching now currently. And when you join this marathon, you also gain access to a 12-month membership plan, 1 class session on beginner to pro level trading, free access to multiple paid robots and indicators that you can use to automate your trading process. That will be storming the market back to back within this 30 days trading period, which will start on the 21st of October through to on the 19th of November. You can register by scanning the QR code right there now, or you can simply just check in the description box. You can also find the registration link there. So that let's dive in back into US30 now, guys. All right, okay guys, so this is what we're having currently. Now if we actually map this stuff out now, what do you notice actually helping out about the spot? You can literally see a major breakout that occurred, right? A major breakout occurred because it's 5 minutes time frame. There was a minor retest at this particular spot also, right? You can literally see it. Now I'm not saying that another retest won't occur, but this is actually a minor retest because this is actually 5 minutes time frame, right? Now aside that, now if we check out this particular stuff, what do we notice? We map this particular stuff out. What can you see? You notice that this particular stuff actually broke out from this region, right? And after that, it came here to give a retest, right? You can literally see that, right? And this was actually what? The second retest, right? Telling us that this particular zone now, what wants to happen to this particular zone? It wants to drop down, right? Just something similar to what we saw on our gold just now, right? Good. So that what can we do now? We can easily zoom into this particular trade, right? Technically, we should have entered this trade maybe at about this spot or so, and then our stop loss would just be maybe at about this region, right? But well, we didn't catch this trade at we didn't catch this trade early enough, right? But it's actually okay, right? So we can easily still storm into this particular trade smoothly just like that. 1 lot size, and let's just see. Okay, so let's just use 2 lot sizes because our capital is actually kind of like larger currently. So use 2 lot sizes, and let's just see. All right, okay, so I'm not trying to risk a lot also because US30 can be very volatile. Forget about this looking like this now. It can just start moving, right? So okay, so we're actually having a free margin of about 4,000 bucks. I'm not trying to risk a lot. If you've noticed so far, like on today's trading, I'm trying not to risk a lot, but let's just stick with good 3.9k as free margin. That's okay. Okay, so what we'll just be checking out now is this. We'll just be using this particular level here as this particular level here as a stop loss, right? Yeah, this particular level as a stop loss. Let's map that out again. All right, okay, so let's go a little bit higher. Just this level as a stop loss or so. Now, I would have used this level as a stop loss. Now, the reason why I'm going a little bit higher is because it's September, guys. The volatility is completely not predictable, right? So maybe after some time, maybe a week or 2 weeks later, I will go back to our original form. But for the now, let's actually just give the chart a little bit of breathing space, right? Okay, so we'll just be using spot spot as a stop loss. And then, of course, our take profit level has to be very massive. So we'll just be looking at this particular level first as our first take profit level. This will be 1:1, and then we can maybe look at these other levels and possibly around this particular level here, right, as maybe a third take profit. But we'll just see exactly how the chart actually behaves, right? And yeah, we'll just see how the chart actually behaves.
A few moments later.
All right, okay guys, so this is exactly what we're having currently, right? So we're just running about 3.1k currently at about the spot. Now it was far more than this, right? But I had to wait for a confirmation. Now if we check out this particular stop, what do we notice now? This particular stop was just playing towards this particular region, right? It kept dropping down smoothly, and I thought it would keep dropping down because originally this was a third take profit, if you remember, right? So it just kept dropping down. We just kept getting some nice bearish formation, right? So I just waited for it maybe to keep dropping down smoothly, but then we had a massive rejection at about the spot, right? And then I was actually still being optimistic, waiting for it, but then it created a new candlestick, and that candlestick is actually pushing up back to our original third take profit, right? So guys, we can easily just zoom out of this particular trade. It's actually not too bad. We're actually running about 9.1k currently, which is actually looking very, very, so that we're actually running about 8.9k currently. That's what we're running after closing smoothly like that. And yeah, so we're able to just catch our XAUSD smoothly like that. We're able to also catch we're also able to catch our US100, that's a NASDAQ, and now we just caught our US30, and now we're actually running approximately 9,000 bucks smoothly just like that, right? So the chart today was actually very, very smooth, right? So it didn't really waste our time like the way it's supposed to, right? It didn't really waste our time and all of those. It was actually just moving really, really smoothly, right? Which is actually very strange compared to how the September has been, right? So this is actually very, very smooth, guys. This is really, really smooth. So that just as Spectre actually goes, guys. So if you're new to Spectre YouTube channel, just remember to hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and also remember to turn the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that will be dropping out from this place just like that. And also remember, guys, if you want to register for the Marathon 150, you can actually just check in the description box there to actually just hit on the link there to actually register, or you can simply just scan the QR code there to actually register for the Marathon 150 smoothly just like that. So that just how Spectre actually goes, guys. Bye from guys. I'm Mr. P. Peace.